2.5 years ago, when the Supreme Court ordered the Election Commission of Pakistan to verify the degree. Now, it turned out that 51 of these parliamentarians had forged degrees. They had just forged their degrees and had become members of parliament. And there were another 250 parliamentarians, provincial and federal, who refused to give their documents, and so it's very likely that their degrees were also forged. So because they refused, and the Election Commission, instead of taking action against them, at that time the Chief Election Commissioner decided to look the other way, and so this thing has dragged on, and we still have probably over 200 parliamentarians sitting in our parliament with forged degrees and deciding the destiny of our nation. So this, and this was one of us. After that, they ganged up together, and they said, because HEC refused to bend under political pressure, and they said that this is we are going to call a spade. It doesn't matter whether you are parliamentarian or prime minister, and they revealed the names of the people who were involved, and that is when they got together and a notification was issued to shred HEC. So this order then was not only against the law, it was also a direct contempt of the Supreme Court of Pakistan, which had already said very clearly that HEC must continue to function in the manner that it has been doing for the last decade. In 2003, there were only 270,000 students in Pakistan. Now there are about 1 million students in our universities. There has been a fourfold expansion. The number of public sector universities and degree awarding institutes has grown from 59 in the year 2000 to 137 in 2011. And we have several Pakistani universities in the top 500 of the world, top 400, top 300. There were none in the year 2000. These are the Higher Education Times UK rankings. In the case of all HEC scholars who have done their PhDs abroad, they all have jobs to come back to 6 months or a year before they come back. In fact, once they arrive, it takes about 8 or 10 months for the university to go through its motions of advertising, having selections and appointment. So HEC came forward with a very innovative idea that let them be HEC scholars and assistant professors from the day that they land. Their first year's salary will be paid by the HEC, so that this buffer, 1 year buffer is there, and during which time the universities would have in advance committed that they will advertise and appoint. So we haven't had a single problem, to my knowledge, of a single student who has come back with a PhD from abroad who has not been able to get a job. In the present situation, I think what needs to be done is through the social media, make our views plain, through peaceful demonstrations in Islamabad, in Karachi and other places where the scholars express themselves, through writings in national newspapers and in other places, and through appearing, if you can, on television and making your views that here is a body which has done good work and which has not been brow-bent by government pressures, and so this should survive. The key is this order which has been issued, which appointing Major Azam as the executive director must be withdrawn.